You have entered the realm of the truth. Mickey the truth. If you tell it, know what it is. If you clean, then clear your name. Whichever way it go, it'll definitely be the truth.
Yeah, they be like, who is this Mickey Truth girl? Who qualifies her to put a work on these people?
Hey. What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Mickey Truth, aka the Queen of Paperwork, and I am back with another video. As always, all information contained in this video is for entertainment, educational purposes only. All information used in this video is per the Fair Use Act, and any conclusion that you draw is on you, not me. So let's get it. Ooh, y'all. I'm sorry, okay? When I saw this, I really didn't even pay attention to the caption or name. All I saw was Ceddy Nash picture, and I'm like, OMG, what in the got him doing? Then I looked down and it said witness, and I said, witness to what? What is going on? So, yo, this is Mickey Truth reaction to the latest Ceddy Nash freaking fiasco. Shout out to No Jumper, man. Remo be on it. I don't know if Remo got like little freaking minions somewhere that be helping him, but he be getting all the tea, okay? All the tea. But let's go over to Instagram, over to the No Jumper thing and see what's going on. Ceddy Nash witness. And y'all see me. Where's my post? I did have a post on here. Ceddy Nash all up in the comments. Shit, where's my post? Oh, there I go. Y'all know me. I would put some eyes under a post real quick. Dang, what type of stuff they saying? Ceddy Nash said, that's my homie. I helped him get his foot in the news. Oh, so it's somebody said, nah, this could be used in court. You're done. You're out of here, Ceddy Nash. Sorry, y'all. Okay. Well, this is my reaction. Okay, it's funny to me. But let's listen to what Ceddy Nash, the witness, said.
About what they heard. They said they heard an argument just before the shooting. When you heard the argument, was it a long argument? Was it just short? Did it seem like they knew each other?
It was static. And his friend was like, he's not even a part of this. You know, he's not a part of this.
And then boom, boom, boom.
Is he smirking?
Spoke with some witnesses about what they heard. They said they heard an argument just before the shooting. When you heard...
Oh, that's it. Yo, Ceddy Nash is smirking during a shooting investigation, okay? Now, I ain't gonna lie. That there is funny, okay? Because he's like, it's staticking. Like, what the hell is staticking? Now, y'all know I'm nosing. Y'all know I am. I mean, I own it. It's cool. After I was able to do a little homework, a little research, you know, I had to go find out exactly what case it is, right? So I went over here to the Sacramento Bee, right? And again, anybody can look it up. You just got to Google it, right? And it talks about defendant in Midtown bar killing changes story to self-defense. And it says at first, and I cannot pronounce his name, but y'all see the name El Pitio de Jesus Tellez. Told police he never ever been to the Monte Carlo the night he now admits he shot and killed Jesse James Nunez in front of the now shutter bar at S and 15th Streets. Rest in peace to the victim. Like, this is actually a murder case. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. At first, I was like, the way Ceddy Nash sitting there, you wouldn't think that it was actually a murder case, but it is, according to the Sacramento Bee. I actually went and found, I don't know if it's the news article that our local correspondent Ceddy Nash was in, but this is the station, okay? And it says, man shot to death outside Midtown Sacramento bar. And this was published, well, last updated 10:09 p.m. I can't talk. November 9th, 2012. And here are some pictures. And it says here, basically the same info I just read. Well, further research, because this definitely gonna need some research. When I Googled, and again, I just Googled the name that was in a news article, okay? Now, a lot of y'all may not know, but guess what? Case text does bring up a lot of court cases on different cases. A lot of people use it. I personally don't use it other than a reference. So, what I did was I took the case numbers as reference right there, and I went over to the California courts, the judicial branch of California, okay, where I then entered the case numbers to see if I'm able to locate a case, which I did, as you can see right there. Like I said, I go to the source. It's okay to use other things, but I like just to go to the source. Now, once you bring it up, it's going to be a 24-page document. Let me make this a little bigger. And it says the Court of Appeal of the State of California, 3rd Appellate District. Now, the reason why I'm going to go over this is because at this point, I mean, this is fresh. We don't have the time to wait on police report and all that. We need some of the details if we're going to react to it correctly. Again, this is just a reaction, not my information that I put out. I'm just reacting to it, okay? So, it says here, defendant appeals following conviction of second-degree murder with personal and intentional discharge of a firearm causing death, which is count 1. Then it's a count 2. Then it's count 3. We're not going to get into that because he's not per se the content, okay? Now, it does say here, defendant admitted he killed the victim but claimed it was self-defense. Defendant contends the trial court unanimously limited defense investigation into whether his homicide victim previously committed an unsolved murder in 2003. Well, damn. Not the man telling on the victim. Oh, okay. And abused the court's discretion by allowing a witness to speculate that the victim was not armed. Defendant also claims the prosecutor argument in the jury improperly infringed on defendant's privileged communication with his lawyer and improperly invoked a biblical passage. We reject all contention but remain to the trial court to consider whether to exercise his newly legislative discretion to strike the section. Blase, blase. Let's get into the facts and proceedings. At trial, it was undisputed that defendant shot and killed Jesse James Nunez on November 7, 2012, around 8:40 p.m. outside a bar then called the Monte Carlo Club on the corner of 15th and S Streets in Sacramento. Defendant testified at trial that he acted in self-defense. Defendant and victim Nunez had been involved at different times with the same woman, Raquel A. She married defendant in 1999 and had 3 children with him, but the couple divorced in 2009. Raquel soon began dating Nunez and they lived together for a couple of years until they broke up in September 2011. While Raquel lived with Nunez, the defendant would go to their home to pick up and drop off his kids without incident. After Raquel and Nunez split up, Raquel and the defendant made an effort to get back together, but it did not last, and Raquel began dating another man. She believed the defendant was having a hard time accepting the end of their relationship because he would phone her and threaten to come over and shoot whoever was in her house. Raquel testified she received a phone call from Nunez around July or August 2012, in which he said the defendant was going to be injured, and it was out of Nunez's hands. Raquel, now Nunez is the person who's killed. Raquel told the defendant about the call and that he should protect himself, but she said nothing about this call when interviewed by police after Nunez was killed, though she testified she thought she did tell police. The defendant testified he obtained a gun after Raquel told him about Nunez calls. Defendant frequented the Monte Carlo Club just before the shooting. Defendant was standing outside the bar talking on his cell phone to his uncle. The victim arrived at the bar in a car with 2 men, the victim's friend Daniel M and Daniel's friend Wajilo D. They stopped to use the restroom. Defendant saw them approach the bar entrance. Defendant stood with his side to them, holding his cell phone to his ear with one hand and holding his gun by his leg out of their sight. As Nunez approached, the defendant fired 3 gunshots at Nunez from a distance of about 16 feet. 2 bullets struck the victim, one in his chest and a fatal shot in his back. Video surveillance cameras did not capture the shooting itself, and other than the defendant, no witness testified to having seen the shooting or having seen Nunez with a gun. Daniel testified he did not see the shooting and did not hear anything other than the gunshots, while Rodrigo claimed he remembered almost nothing because he was drunk. Neither saw Nunez with a gun. Nunez died at the scene. No gun was found on or near Nunez. One of Nunez's companions removed Nunez's cell phone, but could not say why, and neither companion saw Nunez with a gun. Defendant insists that one of Nunez's companions removed from Nunez not only a cell phone but also a gun, but there is no evidence that Nunez had a gun other than the defendant's self-serving testimony or that anyone removed it from the scene. A police officer patrolling nearby heard the gunshots at 8:40, saw a white SUV speed away from the Monte Carlo, pursued it, and found it unoccupied on T Street. The 45 caliber handgun that killed Nunez was found in the yard next door. The gun had been stolen from a residence in January 2012, and DNA found on the gun was consistent with defendant's DNA. Approximately 1 out of 190 trillion Hispanics would be expected to have similar DNA profile. After abandoning the SUV and throwing the gun away, defendant then went to get food in an attempt to get past the police perimeter by calmly walking with another person. The registered owner of the SUV had turned over physical custody of the SUV to the defendant after the defendant made a partial payment towards its purchase. A cell phone in the SUV was later connected to the defendant, who admitted it was his account. The cell phone showed text messages to Raquel in October 2012 asking for sex, saying, "You chose him, not me, and you don't love me like I love you." Later on the night of the shooting, police located the defendant and took him into custody on outstanding traffic warrants. He had the white SUV keys on him. When police first questioned the defendant around 8 a.m. the morning after the shooting, the defendant denied any involvement or knowledge about the shooting and denied being at the Monte Carlo club that night. The police left Raquel and the defendant alone in the interview room. She told him witnesses were saying they just heard gunshots and did not know what happened. The defendant said, "I blacked out. My brain went blank." She told him to shut up. He asked for her help. She responded, "You don't have to ask." He told her he was going to plead insanity and would need her help. He asked if he and Raquel had a good, solid game plan. She promised to help however she could. The defendant said he could not get over Raquel and wanted her back. She said she had told the police that the defendant was over her. At trial, the defendant testified on his own behalf. He admitted prior conviction for grand theft, petty theft, and false imprisonment of Raquel in 1997. He admitted shooting Nunez, but claimed it was in self-defense. On the night of the shooting, the defendant was outside the bar talking to his uncle on the phone. The defendant saw headlights of a car shining on him and then saw 3 people near the car and recognized that one of them was Nunez. The defendant got scared and did not know what to do. He turned away thinking he would just leave if they walked past. He panicked when the 3 men split up because he thought they were trying to set up a perimeter to surround him. So he took his gun out of his pocket. He acquired the gun in September 2012 after Raquel expressed concern for his safety and said Nunez was threatening to shoot the defendant. The defendant did not know the gun was stolen and brought it for $600 cash from someone in the neighborhood whom he did not know. According to the defendant, Nunez walked towards the entrance, pulled a gun out of his pocket, lifted up his hand with a pistol in it. The defendant just fired his gun out of fear of getting killed. After Nunez fell to the ground, the defendant panicked and fled. The defendant admitted he lied to police, but claimed it was because he was scared of the situation and did not trust the detectives. And anyway, did not remember talking with police because the whole night was a complete blur. Raquel testified as defense witness that she told the defendant to protect himself because Nunez was threatening him and blamed the defendant for Nunez's inability to rekindle his relationship with Raquel. It is not in the defendant's character to shoot someone with a gun. The jury asked the court multiple questions during deliberations and at one point reported a deadlock. The trial court offered to have the lawyers give further argument on specific questions and the jury accepted. The jury identified 2 areas, and I think this goes into the thing. Okay, now, that was a lot, okay? Just in summary, the defendant was sentenced to 40 years to life in prison. Now, what I want to point out is that it does say that the victim had 2 witnesses with him that did give reports to police and testify at trial to how many gunshots they had and him not having a gun. Also, the defendant testified. Off of this, I'm going to be honest with y'all. Off of this, I mean, I don't see where anything that Ceddy Nash would have said, right, would made it to trial, which says here, if you look here, it says no witness testified to having seen the shooting or having seen Nunez with a gun. Now, I will be honest. maybe a lot of y'all will be wondering, did he give an actual official statement to police? That's a good question. You already know that's going to take some time. However, if somebody is in Sacramento, they can just go request it in person. But with that being said, that's my reaction to the OMG moment that's going on right now with Ceddy Nash. Let me ask y'all something, Truth Team. What do y'all feel about Ceddy Nash doing a news interview talking about the shooting? Bang, bang, bang. 3 bangs, right? What do y'all feel? Y'all let me know in the comments. And as always, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, tell a friend to pull up on your girl, Mickey Truth. And as always, go over to MickeyTruth.com and get you that merch because you know your girl say with that work. So until next time, holla! So yeah, I'm your girl, Mickey Truth, a.k.a. the queen of paperwork. And I just got one thing to say. I'm pulling work when you rappers ain't safe. No matter what you go through, do what you got to do and conquer the world.